The Western perception of Africa is slowly changing, but it should change a lot faster than it is. I mean, the truth is people still think about Africa and think of the, very poor people in desperate need, and there is still a lot of poverty and still a lot of desperate need. You come to Sierra Leone today, 15 years ago, this was a country mired in conflict, with the most terrible situation. It was people, the whole infrastructure of the country broken down. It's now, again, it's on its feet, and you see this picture all over Africa. So the Western attitudes to Africa are very, very out of date.
It's changed so much, this place.
I dream that the future of Sierra Leone will be bright, wherein every child has quality education and wherein the country becomes developed with good water supply, good electricity, good roads, and wherein poverty will be eradicated and diseases such as malaria, HIV and AIDS will be eradicated from the lives of every Sierra Leonean.
Hur bygger man ett land egentligen? Ja, jag har rest till Sierra Leone på Afrikas västkust för att med egna ögon se hur det här landet, som tidigare var känt som världens fattigaste nation, faktiskt håller på att resa sig ur fattigdomen. För bara 15 år sedan utspelades ett brutalt inbördeskrig här som lämnade landet fullständigt i spillror. Trots det verkar framtiden ljusare än någonsin idag. Tack vare ett nytt arbetssätt i regeringen och lite hjälp utifrån.
I first got an interest in Africa before I ever thought about politics, because my father used to come to Sierra Leone and teach when I was a young boy, and always used to tell me about Africa. And so I had an interest in Africa for a long time. And then in government, I made development. I really put Africa at the center. So it formed a big part of my prime ministerial legacy, and now I've got the time and the space to concentrate on helping individual countries.
Vi i västvärlden tar saker för givet. Men jag försöker tänka mig in i ett lands situation där i princip allt antingen behöver förbättras eller helt och hållet byggas upp från grunden. Hur gör man det? Var börjar man? Och eftersom viljan funnits tidigare, vad är annorlunda den här gången?
In government everywhere, but especially in poorer countries and developing countries as in Africa, you need three things. You need the right policy, you need the prioritization, and then you need to performance manage the implementation.
2006 grundade Tony Blair AGI, Africa Governance Initiative. En organisation som stöttar och hjälper ledarna i fattiga länder med att bygga upp deras mest grundläggande behov. Idag jobbar de med 6 nationer i Sub-Sahara-området. Sierra Leone var först ut att samarbeta med dem. Och arbetsmodellen är i teorin ganska enkel.
And if you don't get the prioritization right, you've got 150 priorities, in which case you'll get nothing done. So I always say to new presidents and prime ministers, choose 5 things for your first term. Because if you do those, you'll get the support and you'll have the credibility to do the next 5. But if you try and do 150, believe me, you'll do nothing.
Jag tar mig till ett universitet i Freetown och träffar några politikstudenter för att se om de märker någon skillnad på hur landets ledare arbetar idag jämfört med tidigare.
You're all students here at the university and part of this country's future. What is the new Sierra Leone?
I want to say Ernest Bai Koroma, he's doing very well. They're doing more than the previous government, definitely. Even the power supply, it's way better than before. Before it was just about promises, but then when they come into power, they don't do that. For now, it's not like that.
Am I looking at a future president, maybe?
Life is not all about leading. Not everybody was born to lead. There are good leaders, yes, but there are even good followers as well. So it's not about me being a president tomorrow. It's about me being a citizen of this country and being able to go along with the leadership in a correct way that will enable a better Sierra Leone.
My dream for Sierra Leone is that every Sierra Leonean will not go to bed hungry, having at least 3 meals a day. My dream for Sierra Leone is that we will have better road system, with even the railway system being brought back into existence. I dream for a Sierra Leone in which Sierra Leoneans will show love to each other, violence, commotion, etc. being eradicated.
Sebastian Frendo, som jobbar för AGI, är stationerad här i Sierra Leone och leder och bevakar arbetet på plats tillsammans med sitt team.
The way we work is slightly different from NGO, who have a direct approach. We work with the government. So the link to what we do to the impact on people is not that straightforward. But this is the only way to do it. If you look at what other countries have done, China, India, they have lifted millions, hundreds of millions of people out of poverty. And the major driver of change was the government. They are the one who can really take out the people to a better life. So yes, I believe in it. Even though it's a lot about process, getting the government to work better together, it is, at the end of the day, this is what's going to make a change.
So if I gave you one wish to become true, what would that be?
For Sierra Leone?
Yeah.
Just if the government stick to their direction and put all their resources behind it, then we go well.
Modellen som AGI arbetar efter för att effektivt accelerera ländernas utveckling bygger på prioriteringar och resurser. En uppgift som kan låta enkel i teorin men som är mycket svårare i praktiken eftersom det finns så många områden som behöver förbättras. Och eftersom kompetensen är begränsad gäller det att välja rätt. Den stora utmaningen för de afrikanska ledarna ligger sedan i att minska avståndet mellan vision och utförande. De måste alltså prioritera reformerna som kommer att bidra mest. Planera så att de vet steg för steg vad som ska göras. Och till sist måste processen projektledas, ständigt övervakas för att resultaten ska nås så effektivt som möjligt. Och för att nå de här målen måste de afrikanska ledarna samtidigt injicera kompetens, system och struktur i arbetsmodellen för att allt ska klicka och snurra. En av de reformer som president Koroma har prioriterat är elektriciteten. En satsning som är direkt nödvändig för utvecklingen.
So welcome to King Sam's house.
Hi, how are you?
Electricity today, because of technology, electricity is the great enabler. I mean, it's the liberator.
Because these systems require a lot of maintenance, and you've got to have expertise actually on site.
Absolutely.
If you don't have electricity, there's nothing you can do. If you have electricity, you can get with it technology. But you need to build that infrastructure, and that is difficult and requires a lot of effort. These are the things we work on, and most of the countries have the same challenges and same issues.
But we're still short about $100 million, which we're hoping to get perhaps from the private sector.
$100 million short.
It's significantly short. I mean, people can't get enough of the electricity.
It's always the case.
Okay, Tony, good to see you.
All the very best.
Take care.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Medan Tony Blair träffar energiministern ska jag träffa Idris. Han jobbar som städare och är en av dem som nyligen fått el till sitt hus. Och jag vill förstås veta hur det har påverkat honom och hans familj.
Are these your children?
Yes.
Some of them?
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah.
Not all of them. Yes.
So you've actually lived here With energy and without energy. Because you have electricity now.
Yes, we have electricity now. Yeah. Sometimes we got light, sometimes we don't got light. It takes about 2 weeks. There's no power. So after 1-2 days we got light. But I think it's still difficult.
So actually it's good, but it's not all that good that you thought, or?
At all. The only way we're happy because we are selling cold water. And we are drinking cold water. That's the only happiness for us.
So when you look back on your life and the development in the country and for you, is it really fast now or is it as usual?
As usual.
Is it?
Yes. But there is no good work, no employment, so the money is very little. I can't even feed my family. 2 weeks time, money is finished.
And how do you survive?
Well, by God, by the grace of God.
He's good to you, right? So when you look at all these wonderful children, do you have high hopes for them?
Yeah, hope for them.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Mötet med Idris tog mig snabbt ner på jorden igen. Förändringsarbetet har ju trots allt bara börjat. Idris berättar om elavbrott som kan sträcka sig veckovis och en månadsinkomst som tar slut efter bara 14 dagar. Ja, jag menar, det är ju inte direkt svårt att se att han och grannarna i kvarteret är långt ifrån att bli medelinkomsttagare, som ju målet är. Resan till en dräglig levnadsstandard är lång för många. Och avståndet mellan regeringens arbete och att det faktiskt påverkar folket är stort. Det är lätt att bara höra det positiva när jag träffar ledare i landet. Men bisatsen i det de säger handlar ju ofta om den långa, svåra vägen som fortfarande ligger framför dem. Och när jag blickar ut över ett myllrande Freetown måste jag erkänna att jag luras av visionerna, dagsljuset och stadsbruset. Men när mörkret faller inser jag att även om planerna är långt framskridna lyser elektriciteten med sin frånvaro i de allra flesta hemmen.
I have a dream to make Sierra Leone a paradise, and also I want everybody to love each other. Education should be compulsory, and without education nobody can gain success. And also we want good health facility.
Jag har rest till Sierra Leone för att titta närmare på det som kallas det nya Afrika. Vad är det egentligen som gör att ett land som det här stadigt klättrar på rankinglistor över nationers välstånd?
You need three things. You need the right policy, you need the prioritization, and then you need to performance manage the implementation.
I want to say Ernest Bai Koroma, he's doing very well. They're doing more than the previous government, definitely. Even the power supply, it's way better than before.
Sometimes we got light, sometimes we don't got light.
We have electricity now.
Yes, we have electricity now.
Sierra Leones mål är att bli ett medelinkomsttagande land. Och idag läggs vägen gatsten för gatsten mot en ljusare framtid. Men jag ser ändå att det är en krävande tid för många. Eftersom förändringar har börjat ske, men inte i den takt som många hoppas på. Jag tar mig vidare genom Freetown hem till Mohammed och hans familj till ett kvarter dit elen inte har dragits än.
Hello Mohammed, how are you? Good, how are you? I'm fine.
Nice to see you here.
Yeah, nice meeting you too.
Yeah. I guess a population like this, after quite a lot of tough years, is really anxious for everything to happen right now, at once. Are you too anxious sometimes, or can you be patient?
Yeah, that's it will not work. A country that have been ravaged for 52 years, you cannot make it in 5 years.
No.
It's impossible.
And people realize that?
Yes.
Do they?
And we know that it's a gradual process.
Yeah.
Development is a gradual process, you know. in due course, this is what I'm saying. This is a starting point. If this continues, when another president comes, it will continue. Now this man is making roads, electricity is now a bit, and then other things are coming, infrastructures, you know, they are here now. So it's a continuous process until this country will get it to what we want. It will not be in just a tinkle of an eye. No, it's impossible.
When do you want me to come back and visit you to see this change? How many years is it going to take?
No, I would like to give you 6 months and then for my house?
Yeah, for everything, for another picture in this country.
Okay, give me like 10 years.
Okay.
After 10 years, come back if there is life. Come back in Sierra Leone and you will see something, you will see a big change.
All right. I'll be back in 2023.
Yeah, by the grace of
24.
God. Yeah.
Okej, Mohammed säger alltså att folket har tålamod trots allt och förstår att förändringsarbetet är gradvis. Vilket säkert gläder mannen bakom allt det här. Presidenten Ernest Bai Koroma. Hans första reform som prioriterades direkt när han kom till makten var en fråga som bokstavligen handlade om liv och död.
So Mr. President, I know that the free healthcare reform was really important for you. Could you explain why?
When we took over governance, the picture was gloomy. The maternal mortality rates, morbidity was deplorable. We conducted a study and we realized that the reasons for it because this group, which is the most vulnerable group, could not access health facilities because of the cost involved. A year later, the results that we realized were remarkable. We had about 39,000 women went to the hospitals for delivery. We treated 12,000 complicated cases of delivery. These were all free of charge. The number of children that were attending hospitals, were taken to the hospitals, increased by 250%. And we realized even a drop in the maternal mortality and morbidity rates. So these were all signs that we are on the right track. I know that the future of our children is in our hands. That is where the future of this country lies. We have made a lot of progress. We are not there yet. I will be the first person to admit that we still have a long way to go.
Hi again. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yeah, these are our hosts.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing fine too. Welcome.
Thank you.
I understand we're going to the children's ward, right?
Reformen som presidenten drev igenom gav alltså barn under 5 år, gravida och ammande kvinnor gratis hälsovård. Kunnat Hospital i Freetown är ett av de sjukhus där barn idag kan få gratis hjälp med dödliga sjukdomar som till exempel malaria och gulsot.
Kunnat Hospital has been a long time, isn't it? Since 1925.
Yes.
Once you deliver something like a maternal mortality or child mortality program and you can get that done reasonably fast, then you start to get the permission and the support to do other things.
And the free healthcare program allows the children to come in and the mothers to get, the pregnant ladies to get treated.
Yes.
Right.
So nobody here pays for being here today?
No.
And also the system itself, for a lot of people in countries like this, the staff are working under enormous pressure. There aren't often great resources. Sometimes they got problems out in remote parts of the country with things like refrigeration. You start to deal with some of these problems and show people there's a different and better way.
I mean, the problem the challenge for all governments is they can have a good idea, but turning it into the reality requires others to happen.
We're in the middle of reality.
Yeah, which is fantastic and very uplifting, actually.
So, all of this, the whole focus of AGI is all about getting practical things done, because that's the toughest thing about government.
Where you know every single how you're standing.
This is the last time we see each other this time.
Ungefär lika plötsligt som han dök upp lämnar den före detta premiärministern Sierra Leone för den här gången.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good luck with your work.
Thank you.
Vidare till nästa samarbetsland, Sydsudan, världens nyaste nation, med alla de utmaningar det innebär.
It's a great privilege to be Prime Minister of a country, and it's a fantastic job to do. But I feel curiously today, in respect of Africa, I'm having more impact than I've ever had even during the 10 years I was Prime Minister.
The country is beautiful. You have a huge tourism potential. You got probably the most beautiful beaches in West Africa. And again, it boils down to infrastructure. If you get better road, better hotel, and easy access to the airport, then you'll get people there. But even if you get a hotel, if you don't have electricity, they won't come.
Ett steg i taget. Prioriteringar i rätt ordning. Hälsoreformen är gjord. Arbetet med elektriciteten och annan infrastruktur är i full gång för att i sin tur bereda väg för presidentens nästa mål.
He's trying to look at what will be the more strategic infrastructure project which will help the tourism sector to grow. So they're thinking about an airport, they are thinking about renovating the current airport, they're thinking about finishing this road that takes you to the most beautiful beaches, which are pretty far away for now, but could be half an hour distance if you get to have a good road. Guys, thank you very much. I think we are on the right track. We still got a lot of things. Oh, I think this is the Minister calling me, sorry. Yes, Minister. I hope people will, in the West and elsewhere, will understand that Africa that they have in mind is different. Africa is on the move. Africa is the next India, the next China. And what I would like them to see is a different Africa. I mean, I hope they change their mind.
Jag kan konstatera att det inte bara finns en känsla av en ljusare framtid i Sierra Leone. För den har ju funnits förut och inte levererat. Nej, det är mer än en känsla. Jag kan ta på det. Jag kan se det. Det är en mobilisering från den plats där det behövs som mest. Hos landets ledare. Det kanske är det som är annorlunda idag jämfört med förr. Ett regeringsarbete som inte bara har en vision utan också en plan och dessutom verktygen för att genomföra de reformer som kan förändra. På riktigt. En insikt om inte bara vad som måste göras utan också hur. Fortfarande är hindren många och vägen lång att vandra. Men utsikterna är betydligt bättre än förr. Ja. Jag hoppas verkligen att det är precis så här man bygger ett land.
And another one!